So there's a lot of different practices throughout the book for different people's sensibilities, whatever works best for you. So getting more in tune with your intuition, from my perspective, is really determining what way you learn best. If you're an auditory learner, then the voice is going to be texturally different, tonally different. Your mean critic, your inner witch hunter is going to speak to you like in a different way than the voice of your intuition will. And it might just be that subtle of a distinction, but because you're an auditory person, you're going to really feel that. If you're more of a visual person, it might come in really clear signs and symbols. You're like, okay, I'm waiting for a 11 or the 222 or whatever my message is, or I'm seeing one of my friends is like dating people, and her sign for like, oh, I'm going to find my partner or my boyfriend is like an octopus, you might see these particular symbols and signs. Maybe it's just a color. You're like, okay, well, the color of my intuition, maybe it is black, maybe it's white, maybe it's red or yellow. And the color that like makes me feel a little bit less connected is like a blue or an orange, and you just determine what your visual cue is to guide you. And then if you're a kinesthetic person, if you're more of a feeler, you're a sensual type of person, you want to watch for that internal texture. Does it feel like contraction? Does it feel like shutdown? Does it feel like closure? Or does it feel open and expansive and exciting? Does it feel exhilarating? And so that's one really great way to tune in and use your body and your particular sensibilities to access a deeper relationship to your intuition. But then also anything and everything that happens in your body. Now, this is deep, wild, ancient studies. You can look back into Chinese medicine. That's why in a reflexology chart, every single point on your feet leads to some other part of your body, some other little meridian, some energy, some organ. And so our bodies, not only in their energy, in their system like that, where, okay, I can put some needles on my feet that then affect my eyes or whatever, but each part of your body also has an energetic signature. The way that our feet and our legs are our roots, and our little toes are like the hands of our feet and how we grasp the earth, how we connect. And then our hands sprout out from our hearts when we're in utero. That's why we make everything that we love with our hands. We hug, we hold, we lift one another up with our hands. We talk about, again, using these kind of idioms like clouded mind. It's like a shoulder to cry on. And shoulders are a place where we often hold tension. We talk about having the weight of the world on your shoulders, because shoulders can get there. It's a very sensitive joint, like the knee. It can get really easily dislocated or bent out of shape. And so every part of our bodies also has significance. The way it helps us move forward, right? Our hips are this very round rotational joint, because they allow us to like sit and hold ourselves up, but they also walk us forward. So when you get hurt in a particular part of your body, or you have pain, or you have a message, excuse me, you have some kind of stagnant energy in a particular part of your body, there's always significance. And I have a whole chapter called Body Language, all about that. And I've used this with so many clients who are suffering from autoimmune disease. Even like autoimmune is that, like, auto means self. Something is attacking itself. And I just had one of my clients here the other day after the book launch, and we really worked through Lyme with her. She had horrible Lyme's disease, couldn't get out of bed, couldn't do anything for a very long time. And we really worked on the spiritual significance of it. What part of yourself is attacking yourself? What old pattern has been running that is perpetuating this self-attack? And so we would dive deep into her subconscious, and it was all of these informed patterns and behaviors from the ways that other people in her life treated her, and that she allowed herself to be treated. She had a kind of an abusive sister, and like her mom was not very kind, and she would internalize these patterns from her sister and these patterns from her mom and these ways of them treating her. And then she was treating herself that way. And so her body felt attacked, and it started attacking her. Now, she did get bit by a tick. So it's, there is this outside force.
Well, yeah, but is it outside? Like,
Exactly.
why did she find herself in the place and time and scenario in order for that to transpire?
Exactly. And she's so grateful. She says it all the time. She's, becoming a keynote speaker for Lyme because of how, she's like 85% no symptoms,
Wow.
which is absolutely incredible. And so she's still working on like really completely eradicating her symptoms, but night and day from how she felt when we started working together. And she goes to these keynotes and people are like, fuck ticks and this whole thing. And she's like, man, I love that tick. That
Yeah.
tick
Great.
changed my life and helped me find who I truly am.
Mm.
And so, I think that that is also part of it, is like everything is happening for us and it's how we respond to it. And it's how we choose to react, that really determines the way that it impacts us. And so our bodies are an incredible and very important way for us. Even for me, when I was writing Intuition, I started getting gut issues, and it was because I was just like overwhelmed and stressed out, and I needed to change the way that I was operating in my business in order to be able to write this book and create this thing and follow my intuition and still be able to like care for my team and keep money coming in, and doing all of the things that I needed to do in order to maintain my business. But I had to listen to my intuition and I had to listen to my gut. Like, okay, girl, sorry, I didn't realize that, this is really not working for you. Let me do everything I can to change it. And so I think that that's such an important aspect of all of our lives right now, where there is rampant mental and physical illness and obesity, and people are just not healthy. And it's because we've forgotten how to learn and listen to our bodies, that are reflections of nature and that are the very elements of creation within us at all times, that can communicate to us, as long as we, don't let our minds get clouded.